shall we say, dimension as the theme for this meeting, or shall we say, event we had, is really getting to zero, not just on new infection, but really on discrimination. We have here Ms. Tembeni Fazo, a native of Zimbabwe. Currently works with African Services Committee. In her own words, it was after having gone through the ordeal of testing positive in 2021 that she accumulated strength, compassion, courage, and wisdom to enhance the life of others living with HIV. Tembeni is involved in the Stigma initiative, which uses innovative media strategy to reduce discrimination and build leadership in communities most affected African services.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Distinguished guests, honorable comrades and friends that are fighting against the war of HIV, I thank you all for being here today. And I feel very honored to be here with you as we commemorate and celebrate 30 years of HIV and AIDS, 30 years of one of the greatest human challenges in the human history. But we also celebrate 30 years of hope, 30 years of innovation, and 30 years of activism. Although this disease continues to take so many, it is inspiring to be in this room with so many people who are fighting to make this disease a thing of the past and are fighting for the right to health and life for everyone affected. I surely hope that we achieve the aim of getting to zero. Sharing a personal experience and also coming from the most hit region of the world, sub-Saharan Africa, being HIV positive and being a woman is one of the most challenging to deal with it. Dealing with HIV on its own hasn't been very hard, but the stigma surrounding. I've been stigmatized by the government that was supposed to protect me. I've been stigmatized by the medical providers that are supposed to treat and cure me. I've been stigmatized by the family that is supposed to love and care for me. So where do I go? Nowhere. So getting to zero, basically I think the first point on getting to zero should be stigma. I've been stigmatized throughout the whole community that I had nowhere to run and nowhere to start from. But in each and every individual who living with HIV is not, I think it's the greatest willpower for you to move on. I've gathered my strength from the fact that I've been stigmatized. I didn't want any other woman throughout the whole world to go through the ordeal that I went through. So that's how I became an activist and a vocalist in HIV programs and anything that deals with HIV throughout my whole life. For example, the strides that have been made in treatment and care obviously amazing. However, none of this matters if you don't tackle this issue of stigma. In this stigma that forces HIV individuals to hide their medicine bottles in aspirin containers or bow their heads down while waiting in the hospital waiting room areas, why brothers and sisters, husbands refuse to take an HIV test, and why at times you can't even look at yourself in a mirror. As a peer counselor for African Services Committee, I meet and counsel women every day who are dealing with the effects of stigma in their lives. The feeling of a helping shepherd of a woman on the brink of despair and show her that life is not over, that it cannot go on and that is not worthwhile. African Services Committee recognizes the dilapidation effect of HIV stigma, especially the African Caribbean immigrant community. And for the last decade, has been actively involved in combating this issue. In 2010, African Services Committee, in partnership with the New York City Health Department of Health and Mental Hygiene, launched the Why Stand campaign, a multi-pronged social media campaign targeted at African and Caribbean immigrants in New York City. The campaign, in coordinating with local religious and influential leaders, asked the question, would you do it? It featured features a print, online, and guerrilla marketing materials. It includes a website, ystand.org, featuring participants in the campaign and containing information about HIV facts, myths, and testing locations, and so on. In conclusion, curing HIV is a science, but curing HIV stigma lies in the hands of each and every one of you. We may be years away from HIV cure, but we all have the power right now to cure the world of HIV stigma and to achieve one of the principal goals of Getting to Zero campaign. I thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Fazo, for relating to us your very personal encounter